Hey, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of Rules of Villainy. Not the podcast proper, but a little side project that I thought I would try out, getting my hands wet in the realm of editing. Um, I've wanted to do it for a while. I just haven't had the time. I honestly still don't, but I was inspired this weekend to give it a go. We had some really good content on a live stream for our Azurite C Set Championship over at Grapes Games here in St. Louis, Wildwood, Missouri. We live streamed that all day on Sunday, had a blast. The videos on our YouTube, the link will be in the description if you want to check out that whole stream. I strongly suggest it. It's the most successful thing we've done so far, and it's all at the behest of Andy and Vince behind the dials, producing that whole thing, and absolutely incredible. I'm so proud of them for that work. And yeah, everybody there seemed to have a good time. We had a diverse top eight. Every deck was a different color combination, which was great to see in previous sets where it'd be dominated by just a couple of decks, right? So but anyway, I'm kind of off on a tangent. We'll talk about that more tonight on our actual podcast, which will be coming out this weekend. But what I wanted to do today was get my hands wet in editing a video and pulling some content from that live stream where our good friend Hunter, some people on the podcast might boo him. I do not. I think he's great. He's always being booed in jest, of course. And you'll see it in the interview after the content today. But yeah, Hunter built this Sapphire Emerald deck that made the top eight. It was eighth overall, and it was a lot of fun to watch. And I decided to pull that content from that live stream, make it its own video, talk about the deck a little bit, and provide that to you guys, and maybe get a wider audience and pull people in. And hopefully, you guys enjoy it. You find something fun about the deck. Maybe you try it yourself. Maybe other iterations of it. I want to hear what you think, and even more so personally, I want to know what you guys think of videos like this. This is my first time editing. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm probably not going to be very proud of it because I always expect higher of myself with content like this. But there's only one way to go, and it's up. And your feedback will be crucial to me improving it. So good or bad, let me know what you think. I hope you like it. We'll do more of these, and let's get into the deck. As you can see here, we have the deck displayed from Inkdex. Appreciate Inkdex publishing the whole thing for us. Hunter was running a Bend to My Will deck, a new card from set 6, Azurite C, where he's ramping up with his T-Pos and his Azurite Cs, and he's bouncing everything off of your board to make you discard it with that action the next turn. Lots of fun stuff in here. We've seen versions of this deck in the past, especially last set. But it's all bouncing. I think the MVP of the deck is the Muses, just because of the additional bounce that you get from the songs that he has in here. Looks like he's running 5 different songs. Looks like 13, 17 total songs here. And yeah, just keeping things off your board and keeping things out of your hand is the goal here. Replenishing his hand with the Clarabelle, light on her hooves. And what I really appreciate is a card that I've liked since the announcement of Azurite C, this Peter Pan. He comes in exerted. He's a 7-cost inkable card, and he's the first card that blocks passive lore. So, your Queen's Castles and your McDuck Manors and any location out there that acquires that passive lore in the ready phase or the set phase of your turn doesn't do that until this card is challenged. So, very cool. I don't know that he got the Peter Pan off in any of his games, but that's not the point of this deck. The deck is to make you discard your hand. It's a lot of fun to watch. Andy and Vince had a great time casting this, and we hope that you enjoy watching it. So again, this is the last you're going to hear from me in this video. If you like this content, please like, subscribe. Please check out the show. We've been doing it since July and having so much fun with it. And it's all because of you guys and your contributions to asking the questions, following along week to week, and motivating us to do more. So thank you for your contributions. Thank you for your future likes and subscribes. Hope you enjoy this, and we will see you again this weekend with the new episode. Take care.
Hey,
Welcome back.
we're back. We got round 4 for you.
We do. And these are 2 quite great competitors and a Rules of Villainy team member, the wife of Reckless, who we saw in round 1, Britt.
Yeah.
She's a great player in her own right. And we're going to head over to that match right now.
She's playing against
Boo Hunter.
Boo Hunter, chat's favorite.
Say Hunter of Boo Hunter fame.
Yes, absolutely. And as always, we get him on stream here because he always promises to deliver with an interesting deck list. So we actually have the colors up there, so you can already see he's playing Emerald Sapphire.
Yeah.
And
The Baja Blast.
yes, indeed. Longtime viewers of our streams and our events will know that we saw, I think it was Nick, take first place at the Rules of Villainy.
Did he take first place? I thought he took second place.
Was it second place?
Because Andy took first place.
Andy took first place. You're right. So he got second place though, but he was dominating through Swiss rounds. We had him on a couple times playing the Baja Blast. That was for the Ursula's Return Second Chance event. So it was
actually
early on.
He may not
in
have
the new
even been
set.
in the second place. I think it was Andy and Amir in the final round.
Okay, well he did good.
But he
all
did
right?
do good.
We saw him on stream. How about that?
Sorry. So yeah, we have Britt here playing Amethyst Emerald, and this is the deck that almost took down Fortuna yesterday. This is the deck that, same color combination that Heather was running to take second place there. So we'll see how this handles Hunter's deck. I do have my iPad up because I'm sure there's going to be cards in Hunter's deck that I'll need to search for that I haven't seen since I opened.
I know he's playing a few spicy cards in there.
Yeah, and thanks for sticking through us. I know sometimes having those long breaks can be wild, but
Yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out and tuning in. So we see the Clarabelle down on 1, the Tipo on 2. We're going to get the ink here. I think this is going to do what most Baja Blasts want to do. Ink, dump their hand, play good value green cards. Sorry, not ink. I say ramp, play good value green cards. And then I think we're going to see the Clarabelle shift to hopefully refill this Baja Blast hand. And we know Amethyst decks love to draw cards, so the ideal scenario here is that after a little while this Amethyst player has drawn a ton of cards and Baja Blast can catch right back up.
yeah, and so we're gonna see hopefully probably that shift on 5. I can't tell if he has a shift in hand.
I think he does. I think I saw it.
But he has one of my favorite cards in there.
Heffalumps and Woozles.
Humphilumps and Woozles.
Very confusal. As well as You're Welcome. That's one of my favorite songs, at least, from Disney movies.
So bouncing back the Clarabelle with the Kick Cloud Kicker and then questing for 4.
Oof,
So Britt
that's
doing
crazy.
exactly what she needs to do here, which is being really aggro at the beginning. I tell you, I think this is ultimately the downside of this Emerald Sapphire deck is it tends to take a while to get online to get where you want it to go.
It can.
This is one of those things I think we saw with Nick when we last saw this on stream was that the opponents get into 18 lore before you really control the game.
Absolutely. So we see Sail come down. Sail! We saw the Heffalumps and Woozles on the Bonsai that he cannot quest next turn. So we see the Clarabelle come back down. Tipo is most certainly going to take out that Merfolk. Absolutely. We'll discard the Genie. Not needed at this point. Way too late. All right.
You also get a draw off the Heffalump.
Yep. Absolutely. Actually, that drew him into the Sail that he was able to play, which
Sail.
was very helpful for him. Because now he's inked up. He can absolutely shift that Clarabelle next turn, which I'm certain he will do. Do we see an answer? Are we going to give the Clarabelle Reckless with the Lyle?
That's probably, I think, the thinking here. I don't think you play the
Fox, right? The Fox you save.
yeah.
And you play the Merfolk as well.
Right.
Throw the Merfolk down there.
Yep.
Threaten some lore. And then you have the Fox in hand to surprise, take out the Clarabelle next turn after it shifts and challenges something. I'm not sure who he gave Reckless to. I assume the Clarabelle, or who she gave Reckless to. I assume the Clarabelle due to the fact that it's the only character left. We'll see the shift Clarabelle. And it has to challenge. That is very unfortunate. It can sing your welcome, though. So it could sing your welcome, which would give her 2 more cards, remove a character, and then give him 3 cards total off the draw. I think that might be the move. Because if you challenge here, you're... I don't know.
The only thing is he won't lose lore, right? So he's not in a position
Right.
where challenging matters as
Well,
much.
he'll lose his
but,
Clarabelle if he challenges.
but he does lose
certainly.
Clarabelle, yeah.
Because even without knowing that the fox is in hand,
So takes out the
bonsai.
bonsai.
And he doesn't draw anything off this Clarabelle. Oh no, the fox bounce after on. Even if she doesn't ink here and just quests the merfolk, bounces with the fox, replays the merfolk, takes out the Clarabelle, and leaves him with 1 single card left in hand, that is brutal, honestly. That could be really devastating for him.
So what are we running into the Clarabelle here? So we're questing
The
for
fox
3.
in her hand.
Yeah, but that won't take it out, will it?
Yeah, the Clarabelle has 3 on it from the bonsai.
Oh, it has 3 on it? It looks like it only had... Oh, yep. You're right.
It's the glare,
It's
but
the
they took
glare.
out the bonsai. Oh, that's so devastating. And he got no cards off that Clarabelle. And didn't even get any lore off of it either.
And then replays the merfolk.
Sends the turn back over. All right. So we see the genie come down. And we're going to send the merfolk back to hand. Okay. Now the genie can just quest forever evasive here. It is a nice card.
Yep.
There's probably not any removal at all likely in Brit's. She might have the Elsa package actually.
So we're going to replay. We're going to play.
Oh, the bend to my will. That's one of the spicy cards in this list. A 7 cost, I believe. Uninkable. Where it's an action.
Each opponent discards all cards in their hand.
Ooh. You really want to see this. That bend to my will when they have tons of cards in hand, and there's just no draw coming from Brit's side of the board here. She's just playing characters and getting
Inking
value.
her own Clarabelle. Gonna quest for 3 there, looks like.
Yep.
Go to 14.
15.
15 with the Lyle.
And then
I think that's
certainly we
the-
bounce and replay
The right move. Yep.
the
Probably.
Merfolk. Oh, just
No.
keep the Lyle. Okay.
I think that's playing it pretty safe, actually.
Yeah, but if you bounced and replayed the Merfolk, well, you know he has no mass board removal. But if you bounce and replay the Merfolk, then you're threatening lethal at least.
Yeah. That's fair. That is fair.
So he drew and then inked, I suppose, and then dropped the bend to my will in exchange for taking out the Merfolk. Finished off.
Probably giving Reckless to the Genie. Questing for 1, going to 16.
Reckless for the genie means that it has to attack that.
That's like
But she has no
No
cards in
cards.
hand.
trades with the...
And then he quests for 1 with the muses. Now he's just shuffling his inkwell. That may be a sign of defeat for Hunter. He's not at the greatest spot.
Well, you know, I mean, the thing is like this deck works well when you have cards in hand.
It wants to be at a
Yeah.
card disadvantage, is what it
But-
really wants.
He's just wasn't able to trigger exactly what he needed to occur. Hard casts, how far I'll go.
Inks has 1 card left in hand, so he's going to take out the Lyle, the Diablo.
Gets to draw a card.
Play the Heffalumps. I mean, you got to stop her from going to 19, right? He's considering saving it for later. Now he draws. Oh, and the Muses bounces it back to hand. That's actually even better.
Yep. And then...
Because then he draws 1 off the Clarabelle. So the Go-Go on the Clarabelle to win.
Wow! A Go-Go seals the deal.
What a villainous card.
Britt here. The card she needed.
Absolutely.
She got. And we will go into round 2.
Game wins.
Thank you.
Britt's got game 1. Was she on the play?
I don't remember who won the die roll there, but Hunter will be on the play
For certain.
here, so I'm not entirely sure. Folks in chat can let us know who was on the play the first time around. We'll reset the...
I lost the chat.
Or total. We got 54 folks in here. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate the fact that you're taking your Sunday to enjoy this cast with us, and I hope you're enjoying these matches and our commentary. I will say it again. Please like and subscribe for future content. We do have another live stream coming up less than a month away.
Absolutely.
I believe it's February 8th.
February 8th, Saturday, February 8th at 11 a.m. Central Time.
And that's actually going to be a Rules of Villainy at Grapes Games sponsored event. We've got a whole bunch of prizing. We're hoping to get a whole bunch of people here.
Over $1,500 in prizing. We've got 2 cases of sealed product in the prize pool for divvied out amongst top 8. And then we have an autographed D23 Mickey Mouse, Sorcerer Mickey Mouse, signed by Ryan Miller.
By Ryan Miller.
We've got, I think 6 now Mirabelle Enchanted promos from the set champs. We've got a second place Mirabelle playmat, 2 Dragon Fires from the DLCs.
We got a D20, not the D20. We got the 1 year anniversary pin.
Yep, from Gen Con.
And
so much awesome stuff that the event, everyone is going to be going for those prizes. The way we're doing is we're doing like a raffle system. So
you'll get so it will matter a little bit on winning. So the prize in pool is going to be for the top cut folks.
Yeah, that's the
packs,
sealed.
the sealed packs. But everybody, even if you don't win, will get an opportunity to get any of the other side donated prizes through kind of a ticket system. And so you'll get tickets for entering, you get tickets for winning, and based on your record.
Tickets for losing?
Probably.
You do, yeah. No, I think the way we did it is there are 6 tickets in the prize pool.
I don't know. I need to figure out the whole ticketing thing.
I think you get 2 tickets for each win, and you get 5 tickets if you go 2-0 and 1 if you go 0-2.
So we're giving extra tickets for...
Yeah, it's like bonus point. It's like the bonus point, for the 2-0.
You know how I feel about bonus points.
Yeah, and that's why we did it. Because we know you're such a big fan.
I dislike this system so much.
Well, we did it so it's an even number.
That's
and
fine.
So
it's fine.
Even if you lose, even if you go 0-2 and lose both games, then you will still get 1 ticket. I think is it best of 3?
Well, it's up to us.
I think it's best of 3.
Is it best of 3?
Because then if you go 2-1, you get 4 tickets for the 2 and 1 for the loss, or 2 tickets for the loss.
I don't know. Let's get back into the match here. So we have Britt having quested with that
Merfolk,
Merfolk, and then bounce it
back
back with the snake. We've got Clarabelle on board now. Hunter really ramping this time. So really getting that ramp off that he didn't get in the first game here. Hard casts, how far I'll go.
Do we see the big Clarabelle in hand? I don't see it.
No.
I see You're Welcome. I see a Mother Knows Best. Heffalumps. And is that a Visions?
Uh,
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
a Visions. He'll be playing the Visions next turn, but he is getting heavily pressured by this aggro.
yeah, so
did he top deck that Clarabelle? Did he top
my
deck
God.
that Clarabelle?
that has got to be the best
Wow.
top deck. What a play. So inks a Heffalumps.
Does he take out the Fox here? Because he loses his Clarabelle. He sings
So
You're welcome on
welcome.
the bonsai. Wow. Huge.
And so that goes
Shuffles.
into your deck.
Shuffled and then draws 2.
Yep.
So now he's about to refill his hand. She'll have 6 cards in hand, and he'll have 1 or 2, and he'll be able to draw all the way up to there.
Yeah.
Not to mention that he has twice the ink that she does.
Yup.
So 2, 3, 4. He got 4 cards. And without a Fox,
that is exactly what you want.
without a Fox, that Clarabelle gets to do it again too. When he because again he has so much ink.
And
He'll get to
I
dump
don't
his
see
hand.
a fox in hand here. See a rabbit. We got the Lyle.
Yeah, I don't see a Fox either. Looks like Chernabogs,
Looks like
Ursula maybe. Is that a Bruno all the way to the left?
it might be. Yeah, that looks like a. It looks like a.
We don't talk about.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Interesting card to have. You don't often see that in the emerald decks. Yeah, the emerald amethyst decks.
So the question is, does she play? Looks like we're gonna probably go with the Lyle
Yeah,
to give Clarabelle Reckless.
Lyle's a pretty good card.
And probably
gonna
plays
say,
the other merfolk here. Yep. And then is going to quest for 3 to go to 6.
Fair.
Looks like he has another
Visions first.
welcome, but doing the visions first.
Wonder what he's
Sequencing is
looking
always
for.
important. Question is
Really?
what he's looking for.
Yeah, really curious what he's looking for here.
You should write that down on our notes for
What he was looking
yeah,
for?
what was it?
Are we
Well,
interviewing?
what is he looking for? I think is really. So we got a muses. You know, when you play visions, I'm curious about like what you're looking for in this deck. So sings with Clarabelle. The You're Welcome.
You're welcomed the
Lyle.
He really just wants to give. So he's giving them more and more and more cards. They can't play them, and then he'll play Bend to My Will and dump their hand.
Does he have Bend to My Will in his hand?
Yeah,
yet?
that's what she saw when she played the Ursula last game, and then he discarded it on a Merfolk trigger, I believe.
4 cards
Oh
again.
my gosh.
Oh. So draws. Still not seeing a fox.
Yeah, the Fox would be very helpful here.
Um,
Lots of 1-drops in hand. We need to be inking those. Almost maybe play all of them. I mean,
Just go wide.
or is she gonna
Think
hard
about
cast?
the.
I wonder if she's gonna hard cast the Bruno on the Clarabelle. There's almost no shot that it gets discarded, and then he just plays it again. I mean, it does. It is a negative tempo play for sure, but
Oh,
yeah, Game Piece in chat says he's setting up the bend. He is. He is definitely setting up the bend.
oh,
I will.
for sure. For
So,
sure.
Maybe that's what he was looking for off
And-
the visions. Honestly,
Yeah, that is probably right.
We see the Elsa come down, take out the Clarabelle. It's about all you can do.
Yep.
Okay.
Quest
for
for
3,
three.
go to 9.
Go to 9.
Hunter's at -1.
As they have
There you
There we
go.
go.
Yep.
technical difficulties with our scoring system here. Not our scoring system.
If anyone out there is even like a semi-decent app developer for Android or iOS, definitely make a score-keeping app that it doesn't have all of this nonsense. Big, bold letters. I like that I can change the background color, but I also would love to be able to rotate the numbers, right? Wouldn't it be nice if those numbers were rotated so that us here in the commentary booth and everyone at home can see?
Well, you can do it the other way, but then
the numbers rotate with it, so
yeah.
it's always pointing at the player. So we see another sail and the visions come down, clearly digging. I think he doesn't have the bend. I think he just really needs the bend so that he can like sort of just really turbo kick them out of this game. He's got a go-go. Is that what he picked up? Was the go-go? And he inks the go-go. Double inks from the sail. He's got 5 ink left. He has the backup Clarabelle. He's going to keep that in hand, I'm sure. So he paid 3 to play The Mother Knows Best. I think he's just making sure he verbalizes it. He's going to send the snake back. Then he's going to bounce the other one with the muses. Wow. And then he's going to sing You're Welcome on the Elsa.
Oh my god. Board clears.
He still doesn't have the bend, though. He needs the bend is really what he's trying to do.
Yeah, to close out the game.
Well, to stop the fact that he's just given her like 15 cards in her hand. That's.
But he is really, really hoping for that this draw will give him that card.
He really needs that card because at this point, like once she starts to catch up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six cards to go to 8. Oh my goodness.
Does he have?
If he has to have it, and then she has to know, so she needs to just turbo dump her hand. I see 2 merfolks. I see a Chernobogs. That's 3 cards gone. Easy. No.
Oh. Wild. So he's picking it up.
Okay. She needs to. Well, there was a Clarabelle in his hand. She needs to either hit the bend or she's kind of cooked.
Did he pick up the bend? I mean, he had to, right? But who knows? Peter Pan.
That's. Oh, he has that one in there too. That's the one your opponents can't gain lore. While it comes into play exerted, and while it's exerted, your opponents can't gain lore. It's this one here, I think.
Yeah, Neverland Prankster, 7 cost 4, 6.
While it's exerted, your opponents can't gain lore. That's just absolutely bonkers. Can't quest from the merfolk. And bounces it back. Okay, he just wants the bend.
Yeah,
he got it. Oh my goodness gracious.
And then he will
ink for turn and probably pass.
Well, he's probably going to quest with the uses, right?
True. Oh, and he has a Clarabelle, and we know he has another one in his hand. Oh my goodness. And now they're in top deck mode. And he has 1,000 cards in hand. And 1,000,000 ink too. Look at that. 10 ink. Oh, the Clarabelle top deck. Sail.
Or sail, yep, sail. Another muses.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Quests for 2 goes to 3.
All right, she's got a rabbit to get back in the game.
Yeah. She has a Clarabelle now in hand.
A big one, yeah. Oh, she inked the small one? I guess it's just going to get bounced back.
Yeah.
And that gives you enough ink guaranteed to be able to play the big one next turn. No, you play the small Clarabelle. Make him do stuff. Look, he's going to put cards in your hand no matter what. He sings a song to bounce that back, which makes you draw. It's a May. You could have chosen not to. Vision. Does he ever not take something off Vision because he doesn't want it? Oh, he took another bend. And then he's just going to immediately play it?
What? No.
What is he doing?
And so quests for 4 goes to 7. And now it goes to Britt. What a game. Wild.
It's crazy. When it works,
So
it works.
Yeah, no. Man,
So that's Hiss is not actually not that bad. I don't know what he just played. He played him up in his best.
Yeah. So quests for
6.
to go to 13.
Does he have to target something with that Woozles?
I don't know. Actually, let's take a look.
I guess it's until the start of your next turn, so it won't matter.
I think they're 2 separate clauses.
Not to like get the draw. I just meant to
play
would
it.
he be forced to choose one of his own characters?
Yeah, and that's game 2. So game 2 will go to Hunter of Boo Hunter fame.
Wow. Wonder if he plays 3 or Tremaine. Oh, the Tremaine to bring back actions? Is that the Tremaine we're talking about? So he can get his bend back?
And we will now go into game 3. We've had I gotta say, some pretty spicy games here on cast lately. So we've had every round except for round 3 has gone to 3 games. Taking a look at the results here.
Let's go! Kirsten won! Kirsten won.
So that guarantees her top table.
I think that will guarantee her top cut, which is nice.
So guarantees a scar right there.
That'll be 2. Let's go.
Mayor
and she'll have
1-2-0.
Mayor got it as well. Nice. He's still in it. He could finish 3-2. That might bubble, honestly. Oh, we had an ID. We did have the ID though. That's risky. It could be risky.
Yeah, I think that's risky.
But they are also 2 very seasoned players, so they likely know the.
Well, I think they figure, which is not entirely uncommon, that it's likely that one of them will probably match into Kirsten.
Yeah, if not both, right?
Well, no, because Izzy will drop down. So they'd have to...
Right, but the other is... no, those are the only 2
and then
undefeated rounds. Okay, you're right. So one of them's going to get the free in by IDing with Kirsten.
But one of them puts that at risk. That's why I think that's a risky decision in round 4.
That is absolutely kind of risky.
I definitely think you want to stay for one more in the game, one more round.
Well,
I don't want to get into the debate because we talked
We'll move Cotton. We'll see if it pays off.
Pays off to get the debate. But I think, as I was talking, there are always pros and cons, I think, to the 2-game format versus the best of 3. And I think one of the benefits of the 2-game format is it tends to keep people in longer and potentially
it
not
makes the
IDing.
field flat.
Yeah.
Makes the field very flat.
Yeah.
Like if we were better at math here, we'd be able to tell you exactly what was going to happen in the tournament, like the possible outcomes. It's much more black and white.
Yeah.
Whereas with the 2-game format, because there's one more very reasonable outcome as opposed to a win-lose.
Right.
This tie is both people win. It's much more.
And listen,
plausible.
if you like best of 3 over 2-game format, no problems. If you like 2-game format over best of 3, totally get it. Some decks do better in different formats. Although
Absolutely.
I do kind of question how much that really matters at the end of the day. But
yeah, some decks are just good. Some players are just good.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Tipo Sail. So your welcome is the only target, it looks like.
Yeah.
The double Clarabelle, double Sail, and Tipo is, I would argue, very, very scary. I think that's probably what Britt is saying right now. Okay, yep. What? Okay, cool, good game. See you next round. This is very scary because he can, like, Giga Turbo ramp here, get to that Clarabelle very quickly, and then just if he can do what he wants to, get exactly back where he was last game. Tons of cards in hand, way more ink than your opponent, and hopefully find that bend to my will and take out their entire hand and just make them go home early.
So they're not both undefeated going into this, are they?
No, they are both
2-1.
2-1, yeah. So
this?
they are both looking for this win to help them out here.
We got 75 folks in the stream right now. That's amazing. Welcome again. I appreciate you joining us here for commentary of Azurite C-Set Championships this Sunday, live from Grapes Games in St. Louis, Missouri. We've got 2 great players here, Britt and Hunter. And Britt just played the Cloud Kicker and then quested for 2. And I think no matter the outcome of this match here, we are going to try to at least do a brief interview with Hunter at some point. I think people are probably pretty curious about this spicy deck.
Yeah, and if he loses, then maybe he'll talk to us more about it than if he wins. Maybe he'll want to keep too many things secret here.
So we got Lyle comes down.
Two lore. Kit and Diablo will quest here. So we shift the Clarabelle as expected. So we have to attack. So we take out the Diablo, right? So that we don't risk getting...
Or sing.
Oh, are we sing on the Lyle? Okay, nice.
Because he wants to get more cards in her hand.
Absolutely. And he's got 2 in his hand. And he's going to ink the Mother Gothel, Big Gothel.
Yeah.
She's not in a chair. I looked. She would be a prime
not
candidate for ladies in
chairs.
Because she's a 6 cost and she does removal, or pseudo removal at least. So
We got ladies in chairs, ladies in gowns.
yeah. I think it's just evil ladies, but I do think that has to be some sort of theme or motif with we got Tremaine, Medusa, Mother Gothel.
Isn't one of the
Yzma.
Ursulas in a chair too?
I don't know about in the chair. I just meant in general, like the 6 cost, like
villainous,
villainous characters that all like have this removal on them of their own sort. You know, the Yzma, the Mother Gothel, the Medusa, the Tremaine. So it is kind of interesting.
So I'm not seeing a fox in hand, so there's really no way for Brit to deal with this Clarabelle.
We need a 6 cost Amber Cruella. If a character has no damage, banish them.
I tell you what, I gotta say, I really do want to see some cards from
The new set, yeah. Where are
Arcasia's
they?
Island.
If you out there are watching and you happened to have leaks of cards,
Let's not encourage that behavior, but
send them to us anonymously, and we'll
don't encourage that behavior. don't encourage that behavior.
villainileaks.net.
So plays the Mother's Knows Best.
Sings a Mother Knows Best. Bounces the last one.
Clears the board with that.
Goodness.
That's wild. Ugh.
3, 4, 5, 6 cards drawn into hand, and he still has the entire board.
Yeah, I just
under
wanted to
control.
make sure. Yeah, that Mother's Knows Best is a first chapter card.
Yeah. It's a really good card. I heard that it was nice for like Emerald Steel into the Maui Shark. Being such an expensive card with no ETB, when they play Maui Shark on 6, if you can just sing with something like a Pete, sing that Mother Knows Best on that Maui Shark, then you buy yourself so much tempo.
So I can't quite see what's in his hand there. That obviously, I think she knows
Everything.
that your welcome is gotta go.
Yeah, everything is in his hand. Did we see the bend, though? I think that might have been what she was looking for, honestly, to know whether or not her fate was already sealed. But I don't think it's in his hand.
It is not. I did not see it. I will say I definitely think tent incoming for us.
Yeah.
For the glare.
Yes, we need to figure that out.
Well, we need to figure that out by the 8th. Remember, if you're listening to us, February 8th, 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Central Time. We'll be casting our 1.5K. I think we're actually getting kind of close to 2K almost on that event.
At this point, we got a lot of prizing, and
I feel like every time I turn around, somebody's like, "Hey,
need another Mirabelle?"
Here's another. Yeah, here's another card.
The answer is no, we don't. Thank you all so
But if you have another
much.
Ursula, or you want to send some scars our way,
we're gonna do another event for the Scar, honestly. So we might get to bundle in the Scar with the with that fancy Baymax and Cusco we got. But Scar should get his own event. Plus, the mayor's gonna need some way to get the card, right? What? I didn't say that. What?
Wow, that's so.
I'm sorry. I'm
so
toxic.
brutal. So brutal. Although at this rate, I'm not sure I'm gonna get one.
Sheesh.
I mean, I'll get one way or another.
You heard it here. If you own a game store in the St. Louis area and you've been burglarized recently and all that was stolen is a Scar Set Champs Enchanted promo, Villain Vince may be your guy.
They would only know that, though, if I only took the second place mat. They left the champion mat.
If you show up to a Set Champ somewhere and they tell you that the second place mat and one of the cards was oddly stolen, believe them. It was Vince. Oh, man. This is brutal because we didn't see the bend to my will in the hand.
But he's got a
Oh, you got another
welcome.
you're welcome. But the problem is that he still had 1,000,000 ink and he still was able to play 1,000,000 cards.
Yeah. And he's going to be able to bounce.
And then he's going to be able to draw
that
1,000,000
Ursula
more.
back. She's going to draw. And
2, and then he'll bounce it back. You're right. And then he'll also probably ink a card and then pass, and he'll be gaining 5 more cards in hand, 6 more cards. It's just...
I mean, this is such a brutal deck.
But the
Yeah.
question is, should I bring this to my next set champs when I'm playing next weekend? I mean, we promised these people some riveting gameplay from some top tier decks with good decision making and things. Is this a flavor? There's the bend.
Oh, he's
Isn't
got
I
it.
know.
He's got
Is this worth playing in a set champs? Do you think this? I mean, Hunter is a great player, but he also does not practice all the time. He doesn't do a lot of testing with people. You know, you can't say that, oh, well, he's a seasoned pilot on this, right? He brings a different deck to every one of these events that we watch and we see him at here. So, you know, it definitely begs the question, like, if I'm just a decent player, can I grab this list and try it out and have the success that he looks like he's having here?
I think no. I think the answer to that is a resounding no. And the reason, I think you might be a little different because you can practice with your wife at home.
Right, but he doesn't practice at home.
Right. But I just think, like, the thing is Hunter is a good deck builder. And so he's seeing different lines. And I think that's like, there are kind of two skills, right? And we've talked about this at length. There's the deck building skill, and then there's the good player skill. And Hunter is an excellent deck builder and a good player. And putting those two together. And you're a good player, but not an expert deck builder.
Well, I certainly couldn't come up with these lists. I mean,
And I'm
that
not,
he
so that's no
does,
attack to
right.
you, because, like,
He's-
I am not a good deck
but
builder.
he's whether he's building these lists, finding these lists, whatever he's doing, he's not playing the game to practice these, right? He's,
Right.
you know, testing in his head, essentially. He's, like, running these lines through and realize, oh, no, and now he
here
plays
comes the bend. And I think Britt now knows.
I thought that was such a good counter too. The Clarabelle coming down was such a great counter to the bend because she would get to refill her hand. Although you could mill yourself at that point. but oh no, the mother knows best at first is just brutal. See a Clarabelle come down.
And then you're going to quest for 4.
Thank you, Britt, for handling Hunter's.
Hunter looking through the discard as though
It mattered.
because we're now totally in top deck mode here.
When he bounces everything back
Yeah,
to
I mean, it's just, you're right. That Clarabelle was an excellent play, but he just had
it was
the
just,
answer.
yeah, it was just unfortunate.
Shift
Shift another Clarabelle.
Clarabelle.
It doesn't do anything. I guess it's just more lore.
Yeah, it
Get
just
cards
adds
out of his
another-
hand onto the board. That was what, a Tipo or something.
No, I think it was a
Medium Clarabelle maybe.
I'm not really sure what it was, actually. That's the only thing is with the glare and us not having deck lists, I can't answer that question.
So what if we got like we just put like a bunch of cameras at different angles and then have it build like a 3D model based on the image projections, like a couple like Xbox Kinect cameras.
I imagine folks that are listening in on our stream right now, or watching, I should say, probably would rather see like hand cams.
Yeah, hand cams would be nice.
And I think that might be... Oh, it's one lore short.
And is he even gonna do anything? Genie can't quest. It doesn't matter. He's bouncing it anyway. Sail. Tipo. Ink.
I mean, this is just...
How far I'll go.
Go
Bouncing.
bouncing.
2. 1 in Inkwell. Can he ink the other?
Yeah.
And he can. He inks them both from Sail.
And then he can...
He draws 3 off of it.
Yeah.
And that's game.
That is
Oh, my
game. And
goodness.
Britt extends the fist bump, and victory goes to Baja Blast here. And then we're going to head over to this interview with both Andy and Hunter.
Are we live? All right, awesome. I'm live here with Hunter, Boo Hunter of Boo Hunter fame, who continuously brings these incredibly spicy decks to all these set champs, and surprisingly does really well too. You really shouldn't with princess decks and Bend to My Will, but that was insane watching you basically give them all of the cards in their deck and then rip them all out the very next turn.
Yes.
We could even see, I think, in the second game or the last game there, we saw that basically she knew it was coming and she looked in your hand to see if you had it, and it didn't matter because you got it the next turn anyway.
Exactly.
So what made you decide to bring a deck like this?
So usually I like to get a playmat before I do anything silly. So I play meta decks, and it's silly, I get it, but I play meta decks the first 1 or 2 set champions. I've been able to get it done the first set championship every time to get a playmat. So then usually I like to have a little bit more fun. Last set, I really enjoyed the princess deck. I know that there's a few videos made on that. But then this set, what really inspired me was my wife. She's a big fan of Baja Blast freezes. So we got a Baja Blast freeze last night, and I said, after talking to a few people at the set champs yesterday, I want to build a blue-green deck, and I want it to be a little bit more mine than others. To be honest, the deck is cheating a little bit because it copies quite a few different people. I know I'm taking a lot of inspiration from Speci. I'm taking some inspiration from the Forbidden Mountain guys and gals, but it's pretty much a combination of both. I'm playing a very high-risk, high-reward version. I love gambling. This deck is a major gamble.
Yeah, well, it paid off there for sure because honestly, once you got the combo working, it really seemed like there was nothing your opponent can do. Even before you found the Bend to My Will, it was just every turn you were dealing with what they had with either the muses or just a regular song bounce.
Exactly.
And then they knew that you were just going to dump your entire hand and build a big board and then just keep searching for that Bend to My Will.
Exactly. And that's the game you got to take. You really have to find muses. I don't start the game without starting with a Tipo or a Azurite C, so I hard mulligan 6 or 7 to get those 2. And once I have those 2, hopefully I have the Clarabelle 1-drop. Hopefully I have that 5-drop to shift. If I got it, it works.
Or like in the second game there where you had 2 big Clarabelles and 2 sails when she looked at your hand, and it was basically like, well, he's going to turbo ramp, play the Clarabelle, and there's nothing I can do.
Yep, what do I do?
That's crazy. Well, thanks for coming on, man.
Of course.
I really appreciate it. We'll see you next set champs with something even crazier, I assume, right?
Hopefully.
All right, man.
Thanks.
Thank you.